In this video, we will be installing VirtualBox and we will be creating two virtual machines inside it. One will be our Kali machine, other one will be a Metasploitable machine. So let's see how to do that. Now to download this software, first I have to open a browser. Once you search for VirtualBox, you will get a downloads link. You can click on that. Based on your operating system, you have to download the appropriate version. I'll be downloading VirtualBox for Windows host. Next, we have to download Kali machine for VirtualBox. And there you can see a link for Get Kali. We will be selecting the option for virtual machine. We will be downloading the VirtualBox version. Now click on this download button over here. This should start the download of Kali Linux. Next, we have to download Metasploitable machine from SourceForge. So I will go to SourceForge, Metasploitable download, and then I'll click on this download link. This should start the download of my Metasploitable machine. Now I have already downloaded all the three softwares, so let's start with the installation. I have downloaded the softwares in my C drive, and if you go to the location, you can see we have all the files over here. The downloaded file for Kali and Metasploitable are compressed, so I have to uncompress it first. So I'll go to 7-zip and extract it here. You have to do the same thing for Metasploitable machine too. Now you can start your installation of VirtualBox. The installation of VirtualBox is pretty straightforward. You just have to proceed based on the prompt that is given to you. Alright, so now the VirtualBox is installed. You can click Finish. This should bring up the VirtualBox interface to us. Now all the virtual machines that you create on your VirtualBox will appear here, but right now it's blank because we don't have any machine. So let's create our first machine, which will be a Kali machine. So I'll click on this new button for creating a new virtual machine. You can give any name for your machine. So I will be giving name as Kali Linux. And the type of operating system which you are going to install in this machine is Linux. And the version of Linux on which Kali is built is Debian. So you have to select Debian 64-bit and you have to click Next. This is where you set the RAM that you allocate for this virtual machine. My system has 16 GB of RAM, you can see here. So I can safely give maybe close to 3 GB of RAM for my Kali virtual machine. And here you can select how many CPUs will you dedicate for this particular virtual machine. I can give maybe 2 and I'll go Next. We will select the second option. And then I will go and click on the file picker. I'll click on this add button. Then I have to go to the folder where you have downloaded your Kali machine. So I'll go to the downloaded software. I'll go to the folder Kali, and there you can see the download that I got from Kali website is actually a virtual disk image. So I'll select this. I'll click open, and now you see the virtual disk is already attached. I'll click choose, and now you can see the hard disk which I have downloaded will be attached to this machine when it starts. I click next. This will show you a summary of all the settings that you have done for this machine. If you're satisfied, you can click finish. This will bring up the machine over here, and right now we can see it is powered off. You can click on the start button. This will start the machine for you. You might get some messages here. You can safely close that. Yeah. Once you get the login screen, the default username is Kali and password is also Kali. So once you give that, you should see your desktop. All right. So now your Kali machine is ready. So our next job is to create our Metasploitable machine. Now for that, we have to again click New. And here we have to give a name for our machine. So I will give Meta. And the type of operating system again will be Linux. And Metasploitable machine is built on Ubuntu. So I'll be selecting Ubuntu 64-bit. And I'll click Next. Now you can leave this as such because Metasploitable machine is running on a command line interface and it doesn't need much resources. So I'll just leave it as such for base memory and processor. Click Next. And for Metasploitable machine 2, I will be selecting the second option, use an existing virtual hard disk. Please don't use Kali here because this comes as pre-selected because we have used it before while building our Kali machine. So I'll go to the file picker. Again, I have to click add. This time I have to go to the Metasploitable Linux, which I have downloaded. And this also, you can see it is a virtual machine disk format file, so I can use that. And then you click choose and make sure it is Metasploitable VMDK file, which is shown over here. You click next, you will see the summary of the machine. You click finish, you will get your Metasploitable machine. And after that, you can start your Metasploitable machine. Now, once you see the login prompt, you can enter username as msfadmin, and the password is same, msfadmin. And now you have logged into your Metasploitable machine, and also you have your Kali machine ready over here. Now our next task is to put both of this machine in same NAT network. Now for that we have to first create a NAT network, and then we have to make both of this machine join that NAT network. So first let us create the NAT network. So for that I have to go to VirtualBox, click on File, there you can see Tools, there you have to select Network Manager. Now you will have many options here, and out of this you have to select NAT network and you have to click create. This will create a NAT network by default. If you have to change any settings which you see here, you have to click on properties. Now here you can change the name if you want. So I will name it as lab1, and this is a range of IP which will be provided to each machine that joins this NAT network. All right. If you're satisfied with this IP, it's okay. Otherwise, you can change it to 192.168.1.0 or whatever IP you want. Once you're satisfied with the settings, you have to click apply. So this will change the name, as you can see here. Now after that, you have to go to your machines and you have to ask this machine to join the NAT network which you have just created. Now for that, in Kali, you have to click on machines, go to settings, then you have to select network, and now you have to select NAT network. And inside that, by default, you can see lab1 is already appearing. So this is the NAT network which I have created just now. And after that, you have to click OK. Now, this will make my Kali machine join the NAT network. I will have to do the same exercise with Meta. So I have to go to Machine, go to Settings, go to Network, select the NAT network, which is Lab1, and click OK. Now that both machines have joined the NAT network, you have to restart their systems so that it gets new IP. So I'll just power off my Kali machine. I will power off my Metasploitable machine too. And once both are powered off, I will switch back them on. So I'll just start them. Now I have restarted both the machines. Now let's check what's the IP addresses they have. Now for that, I'll open the terminal in my Kali machine and I'll give the command ifconfig. Now I see the IP address for my Kali machine is 10.02.15. I'll go to my Metasploitable machine and I'll give the same command ifconfig. And now we can see the IP address for Metasploitable machine is 10.024. Now from Kali machine, if you try to ping your Metasploitable machine, it should work 10.022.4. And now you can see both machines are connected to each other. The advantage of putting both of these machines in NAT network is that they can talk to each other, plus these machines can even talk to internet. So you can just see that you still have internet connectivity and still these two machines can talk to each other. This completes our lab setup. Thank you.